It is a disease so rare it is not known how many people are affected by it. It's a disorder that affects many body systems, and 11-year-old Claire Manti of Green Bay suffers from it. She joins us now with her mother Beth to tell us their story, and that story is going to air on Discovery Health Channel's Mystery Diagnosis, and that's going to air tonight. We thank you both for being here this morning, and Claire, I'll get to you in just a second, but Beth, I want to ask you what it's called. That's the word that I tried to avoid saying just now because it's a tongue twister.
It is lymphangiomatosis.
One more time.
Lymphangiomatosis.
And what is it?
It's a disorder of the lymphatic system, which is what the body uses to clean out your the waste from your body. And it's involved in the capillaries and to take away the waste from your blood system. And for some reason, in certain parts of Claire's body, it doesn't do that. So that will collect and cause cysts in certain parts of her body.
So she's had infections basically her whole life. And you noticed in the beginning, from her birth, something was wrong. How many years did it take to figure out what she had?
When she was, we knew when she was young that she had a birthmark on her side of her face, and that she was prone to ear infections, chronic ear infections. Although when we would take her to the doctor, he would say he didn't see signs of it, and then we would be back within a few days with signs of the infection. She would have the pain first, followed by the infection, which is backwards for most kids. And when she was 6, her jaw became infected again, very similar to when she was born, and she was hospitalized, and that's when we first had the x-ray done and knew something was wrong with her jawbone.
So a mystery that took several years to solve. Claire, you're 11 now. Mm-hmm. Describe to people what it's like living with this illness. What are some of your symptoms?
One of them is that I'll have like numbing in half of my face, on this half of my face, and it'll swell up, and then I'll have migraines, like really bad migraines, just on this side though, and it'll really hurt, and then some of the other symptoms are my ears drain, and it's really sensitive and everything, and sometimes I'll get a really hard pressure on my head too.
Is it every day that it hurts?
Only when only once in a while. This summer I didn't have very much, but during the winter I have it a lot.
Because that's when a lot of people get their infections, is that right? And at the first sign, you have to get her on antibiotics?
The first sign of a cold, we have to call the doctor and get her on the antibiotics, and then it resolves rather quickly like a normal cold. But if we go without the antibiotics, it will brew, and it will be a 3-week process with severe pain. So by getting on top of the symptoms, we avoid the pain, which we've been able to do now since we've had the correct diagnosis.
So that you can go on family vacations. I know we have some pictures that you sent along, so you were able to go on family vacations. But how has this disease, Claire, affected you? Do you miss school?
I try to deal with it and stay at school, but my teacher will sometimes call my mom and she'll say she's having pain and she didn't tell me, so then I'll be sent home. But then I also, at school, I have to sit on the left side, and in the front, so that I can hear, because I'm deaf in that ear, and so I'll have to sit on that side so I can hear, and so I miss a lot of school, but at the same time I still go to school.
Beth, with knowing so little about the illness, do you know what the future holds for Claire?
We don't. That's part of the reason we did the show, was there really is no research out there. It's such a small population, and there really hasn't been research done. We know that in some of the cases it gets very serious if it starts to attack the heart and the lung area. As long as we stay away from lesions in that area, we can live with the disease. So So we just take it day by day and monitor her, and she has CAT scans to check on the lesions. Right now she has some in her spleen and some in her liver, but they seem to be, we're kind of at a standstill. The disease isn't progressing very fast right now, and we hope and pray it stays that way.
And the show, was it pretty cool to be part of this show?
Yeah, it was really fun. I got to go to a huge studio, and in the background, it looks like it's right behind me. It's about like
Like half a football field?
Yeah, like half a football field behind me.
Wow. Okay, so it's called Mystery Diagnosis. It's tonight. What time?
9 o'clock.
And it's on Discovery's Health Channel, Discovery Health, and your sister plays you.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So watch tonight if you can. Set your TiVo or your DVR, and we'll be watching tonight to see your story. Claire and Beth, thank you so much for sharing it with us first. We appreciate it.